Hello guys, welcome to Joanne Cheese Kitchen. On today's menu, I'll be showing you how I made this yumptious, delicious okra soup. Yeah, on a very low budget too. You don't have to break your pocket to cook this soup. It's so affordable and delicious. Healthy for all the family. Please don't forget to like my video, subscribe, and put on your notification button so that you'll be notified whenever I post a video like this, okay? So guys, follow me while I show you how I made this delicious finger-licking soup. Yeah. So I'm going to start by showing you all the ingredients I use for the soup. First, I have my okra. It's well washed and diced. I divided the okra I'm using into two parts. I diced this one. Then the second part of the okra, which is this, I grated it. Yeah, I want this to be smooth so that it's going to give it some slimy nature. Okay, so after this, I'm going to be showing you the fish. I use some smoked meluza. It's popularly known as pala fish. Okay, it's very easy, just salt it and smoke, as simple as that. And then I have my crayfish, my already grinded crayfish. I just washed this and I grinded it with food processor. And then next on my list, I have my diced onion. Yeah, I'm using purple onion for this. You can use white onion or any other onion you can lay your hands on. And next here, I have my scotch bonnet. Yeah, I'm using the yellow and the red scotch bonnets. The yellow scotch bonnet has this nice flavor that it gives to the okra soup. So I just add a little of it. Be careful with it, okay, because it's very hot. And then I have my palm oil. Yeah, palm oil is what you use. Some prefer to use banga anyway, but palm oil is perfect for okra soup, okay? And then I have my stock fish, oporoko. I already washed this with hot water to eliminate any kind of worms and all that. And then for my protein, I'm using cow skin. I'm using some beef and some brisket bone, and then little mercury. I just want to add some flavor to it. You know, this mercury has a flavor, it gives okra soup. And then I have my periwinkle. Yeah, well picked and washed. You have to remove there's this black stuff in the mouth of this periwinkle, so you have to take your time and wash it very well in the running water, okay? And then I have my locust beans for my seasoning. This is the oga patapata of the okra soup. You don't want to underestimate the power of locust beans in okra soup. It's so nice, okay? And then for my vegetable, I'm using ugu leaves. This is freshly picked and well washed and sliced, ready to be used. And then I have my baked prawn. Yeah, I just added some vinegar to this and little salt, and then I bake. It's as easy as that, okay? You can use the fresh one if you like, but I like baking mine before using. And then I have my salt for seasoning and some seasoning cube for the food. I'm using just 2 cubes. You can. And then here, as you can see, all the ingredients are ready, and I'm going to start by preparing the meal. So here, as you can see, I have my pot on the fire. I just added my protein. After adding the protein, I'll add in my stock fish. After adding the stock fish, as you can see, I'll then add in some onion, my already diced onion. I just separated, I divided the onion into 2 parts, as I stated earlier. And then I'll add in some scotch bonnets. This is very necessary, okay? You want to add your scotch bonnet to the meat. It freshens the aroma of the meat. And then I'll add in some salt. And after adding the salt, I'll add in just 1 cube to season the meat. And after that, I'll cover the pot and allow the meat to produce its own juice. Okay, this is a very necessary process, okay? As you can see, the meat has produced just little juice, as you can see. So I'm going to add in some water. You want to be careful with the amount of water you're adding so you don't end up having a watering okra soup, okay? So I'll give this a good stir very well and allow it to mix. And after stirring that, I'll add in my mercury. Yeah, remember I told you I want to add this fish to You know, there's this flavor it gives okra soup, this iced fish. So if you want to use it, you use it, but if you don't want it, okay, it's not compulsory, but it's necessary. Okay, as you can see, the meat has boiled very well, so I'm going to remove the fish so that it won't scatter. I'm just going to remove it and set it aside. Later I'll add it to the soup. Okay, if you're using the fish, you want to do this, because if you don't, the fish will just scatter. And then I'll come in with my palm oil as the meat is boiling. After adding my palm oil, as you can see, I'll add in a little more water. I just found out that the water is a bit small. After adding my water, I'll give this a good stir. You want it to mix very well, and after mixing that, I'll just cover the pot and allow this to cook for about 8 minutes. Here we are, it's well cooked. You want this to cook well and allow the oil to mix with the water. As you can see, it's well mixed. The oil is not separate from the water. Please, you have to allow this mix well. And after that, I'm going to add in my locust beans. As you can see, after adding my locust beans, I'll come in with the remaining part of the scotch bonnet that I separated earlier. And after adding my scotch bonnet, I'll add in my crayfish. You want to be generous with that. And after that, I'll add in some onion. And after adding my onion, I'll come in with my smoked meluza fish. You can use any other dry fish, okay? And then I'll add in my baked prawn, and I'll give this a good stir. As I earlier stated, baking the prawn is very easy. Just add in some vinegar to eliminate the odor, and then season it with any seasoning you want. I use salt always, so you can use whichever one. And then you bake for about 20 to 25 minutes and your prawn will be ready to use. And after stirring this, I'm going to cover the pot and allow this to cook well. Here, as you can see, is well cooked. All the things has married themselves inside the pot. So I'm going to stir this. At this point, I will taste for seasoning. If it is okay, I proceed. If it is not, I'll add. And then I'll come in with my grinded okra. I used the plastic grater to grind this. I did this because this produces more slippery nature than the other one, so I have to separate my okra into 2 parts. Do this like this to get a more slimy nature. Okay, and after stirring this, as you can see, I'll add in the diced okra. I'll call this the flaked okra. You can call it whatever you want, okay, but I think it looks flaky. So I'm going to stir this around. And then I'll come in with my periwinkle. Please don't forget to pick your periwinkles very well, okay? And after adding that, I will give this a good stir. You want to stir very well, okay? Stir very well. And after stirring this, as you can see, I will come back again with my iced fish. This is the point you're going to add your iced fish to the pot so that it will mix very well with the soup. If you got a thicker nature more than this, you're going to add a little water, but mine is perfect, so I'm not adding any water. So I'll just add the fish. After adding the fish, I will just cover my pot and allow this to cook for about 2 minutes. Please, you don't want to cook for too long. You know, okras are vegetables, so you want them to be fresh as you eat them. So here, as you can see, it is well cooked. The okra has produced all the slimy nature it can produce, and I'll stir this all around, stir very well. The soup is almost ready, like ready. After stirring this very well to mix, and then I will add in my vegetable. Remember, I'm using ugu leaves. You can use uziza leaf if you want. So I will just add in my ugu leaves. As you can see, I won't be using much of this, though you can add more depending on what you like. After adding that, I'll cover this and allow it to cook for just 1 minute. You don't want to cook your veggies for too long, okay? Here, as you can see, the veggies is well cooked to the extent that I want. You can cook more or less depending on what you like, okay? Then I'll give the soup a good stir, and hooray, it's ready. very ready. Okay, this is ready to be eaten. You can have this okra soup with fufu, semo, eba, pando, even alebo, whichever one you like. Okay, just make sure you enjoy the soup while having it. So guys, thank you very much for coming by. Don't forget to like my video, subscribe to my channel, and put on your notification button so that you'll be notified whenever I post a video like this. So don't forget to tell me what you think about the soup in the comment section. Okay, thank you.